If you sell compliance training to businesses, there's a mistake that's easy to make and expensive to fix. And most people don't find out they've made it until a client emails them a file they can't open. So here's the question this video answers. Can you actually run a compliance training business on Thinkific? Everyone recommends it for selling courses. For compliance, that recommendation has a hole in it. I'm going to build the entire stack with you in a real account. Courses, certificates, team access, completion records, and I'll show you the exact moment Thinkific stops being enough. Stick around, because the line is not where you'd expect, and getting it wrong costs you a client.
Selling compliance training isn't like selling a course to an individual. When you sell a course to a person, they buy it, they watch it, and everyone's happy. When you sell compliance training to a business, the business has requirements that a normal course platform was never built around. There are 3 of them, and you need to know all 3 before you pick a tool. The first one is proof. Not, did they watch the video? Proof. Certificates, completion dates, a record you can pull up months later. Because at some point, an auditor or an HR director is going to ask you to show everyone who completed the harassment module, and when. If your answer is, I think most of them did, you've lost the client. They need a paper trail, and your platform has to generate it automatically. The second is team access. Corporates do not buy 1 seat at a time. They buy 30 seats or 100, and they expect to assign them to staff and track who's done what. If your platform is built so that people buy a course one by one with a personal credit card, you cannot service a corporate client with it. You need a way to sell a block of seats and hand them out. The third one is standards, and this is the one that quietly ends most platform setups before they start. Some clients will not let you build the course inside your tool at all. They have their own compliance content built by a specialist, packaged to an industry standard called SCORM. They hand you that file and they say, just host this and track it for us. You're not building anything. You're hosting someone else's file. Most platforms handle the first 2 requirements fine. It's the third one that splits the field. So keep that third requirement in your head, because Thinkific handles proof and team access beautifully. And then we are going to walk straight into where standards break the whole thing. Let's build it. This is the part that matters, so I'm going to actually build it in a real account, not just talk about it. Follow along, because I want you to see exactly which feature lives on which plan. Start with the course itself. I'll put together a quick workplace safety module. Thinkific's course builder is genuinely good. You've got lessons, video, text, quizzes, all drag and drop. For the actual content of a compliance course, building the thing your client learns from, no complaints at all. And this part is on every plan, including the cheap one, so the content itself is never your problem. Now the first real requirement, proof, certificates and completion tracking. Watch carefully where this lives, because this is the first place the price moves. Certificates are on the start plan, $74 a month. They are not on basic. So if anyone tells you the $36 basic plan is enough for compliance, they're wrong. The moment a client needs a certificate, and a compliance client always needs a certificate, you are on start at minimum. Second requirement, team access. In Thinkific, this is called group orders, and it is the single feature that makes Thinkific usable for corporate work at all. A company buys 25 seats. You create a group, you assign the seats, and the staff enroll themselves. Now, here is the part almost everyone gets wrong, and it matters because it can save you money. Group orders is on the Grow plan, $149 a month. It is not a plus feature. You do not need to talk to sales to sell seats in bulk. If a salesperson or a blog post tells you that you need an enterprise plan just to assign seats to a team, they are reading the pricing page wrong. And there's one more thing corporates need that lives on Grow: invoicing. A business is not paying you with someone's personal credit card. They need an invoice for their finance department. That's on Grow, and alongside it, you get the enhanced analytics, so you can actually report completion rates back to the client instead of guessing. So, step back and look at what we've actually built here. A course, certificates, completion tracking, team seats through group orders, invoicing for the finance team, and analytics to report on it. That is a complete, functioning compliance training business, and it runs on Grow at $149 a month. For internal policy training, soft skills, onboarding, and most of the harassment and safety courses you build yourself, that is genuinely everything you need. You're done. The setup link is in the description. It goes to the pricing page so you can see for yourself exactly which tier each of these features sits on. No guessing, no being talked into a bigger plan than you need. And now we hit the wall. Remember the third requirement? Standards. SCORM. Here's the scenario. Everything's going well. You've built your compliance business on Grow, you're signing clients, and then a bigger client comes along and hands you a SCORM file. Their own content is professionally built, and they just want you to host it and track completion. Can Thinkific do that? Yes, it can host SCORM, but only on Plus. Not Grow, not Start, not as an add-on you can pay extra for on your existing plan, Plus. And Plus has no public price. It's talk to sales. Now, I want to be fair to Thinkific here, because being fair to the tools is what makes your recommendations worth trusting. This isn't Thinkific being greedy. Hosting SCORM properly is a genuinely complex enterprise feature, and most course platforms gate it the same way. That's normal. But you have to understand what it means for you and your pricing. If you already know your clients are going to hand you SCORM files, then you are looking at Plus pricing from the very beginning. That $149 plan I just showed you, the one that does everything else, it's off the table for you. And you won't even find out what Plus costs until you get on a call with their sales team. So here's the whole decision in one line. Ask yourself one question about your client. Are they asking you to build the training inside your platform, or are they handing you a file? If they want you to build it, Grow is perfect and you're finished. If they hand you a standards file, you've hit the SCORM wall. And on Thinkific, Plus is your only way over it. So what do you do if SCORM isn't optional? If hosting that file is the whole reason the client hired you in the first place? You've got two honest paths, and I want to give you both. Path 1, pay for Thinkific Plus. If you're already deep in the Thinkific ecosystem, your other clients are happy there, and SCORM is genuinely the only thing you're missing, then booking that sales call might be exactly the right move. Don't rule it out just because the price isn't public. Path 2, use a platform that was built for corporate compliance from the ground up. One where hosting SCORM, XAPI, and CMI5 isn't a premium you unlock by talking to sales. It's just there on the standard plans. The platform I'd point you to for that is Talent LMS. It is built specifically for this corporate compliance use case, and the pricing for SCORM is a completely different world from talk to sales. I'm doing a full walkthrough of Talent LMS next on this channel. The actual platform, the actual SCORM setup, the actual published price. If compliance training is your business, that is the video you're going to want. Subscribe so it lands in your feed when it drops. So here's the honest verdict on Thinkific for compliance training. If you're building internal training, soft skills, onboarding, or any non-SCORM compliance course yourself, Thinkific Grow at $149 is the answer. Stop overthinking it and go build it today. It does everything you need, and it doesn't make you talk to a salesperson to get there. If your clients are handing you SCORM files, then honestly, you've outgrown Thinkific before you even started. Don't pay a cent for Plus until you've watched my Talent LMS breakdown, because there may be a better fit for the way you actually work. And that's the principle underneath everything on this channel. The right tool for the client in front of you. Not the most expensive plan, not the cheapest, the right one. That's the whole channel in one sentence. The pricing page link is in the description. That's the cleanest way to see where every feature sits. Subscribe so the Talent LMS SCORM walkthrough lands in your feed the moment it drops. And do me a favor, drop a comment and tell me, are your clients actually asking for SCORM yet? Or is it still rare in your niche? I genuinely want to know how fast this is becoming a real requirement, because it tells me what to cover next.